Hey everyone, this is Alex in Automotive and More, and today we're going to address one of the issues that I actually really dislike about the 4Runner. So one of the issues is the handling with the stock shocks. These vehicles have a lot of nosedive and they have a lot of body roll. So today we're going to be doing just the rear shocks on this. We went with a set of Bilstein 5100s. This should stiffen up the suspension and make it feel a lot much tighter. And here is the part number. I will post a link on the description, and we're going to be replacing the stock ones. So the rear on this vehicle was completely untouched. The front was leveled by the factory, or not by the factory, by the dealer, with a shitty rough country leveling kit. We'll take care of that another time. Probably going to go with a set of OME springs to level it out with a set of front adjustable Bilstein 5100s, but that won't be today's project. So doing the rear shocks on these vehicles is pretty darn easy. So just for safety reasons, while I doing it, I just like putting it in 4 high, putting the parking brake on, and I'm going to jack this vehicle up, put it on 2 jack stands where the rear of the vehicle is raised. Don't even have to take out the rear tires. I just want it to be raised from the ground where the tires aren't touching. That way we can let the suspension droop. And then the jack I'm going to use to support the rear axle. I'll give you a little bit more of a look when we get there, but main thing is 4-wheel drive on. That way when you lift the rear axle, the front wheels don't want to roll anywhere. Super important, especially if you're in any type of incline. And then I think it's just a 17 millimeter bolt on the bottom, and then a 17 millimeter nut on top. Should be fairly easy to get to. So we'll get started and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Alright guys, so we're ready to rock and roll. We have front wheels chocked, vehicle 4-wheel drive, parking brake on, vehicle on both jack stands, and jack ready to go on the rear axle. And I'm going to start with the top of the shock, which is going to be a 17 millimeter. You can either use a box end wrench, or if you have the pleasure of having a ratcheting wrench like that's flex head, even better. Alright, so we got the top part unbolted on this side. Now the next step is 17 millimeter bolt. We'll just zip that one out, and that shock should just slide right out. So we got both shocks out. Looks like try to line it as best as possible. Looks like the Bilstein's a little bit longer. Allegedly they have a little bit more travel. So there are 2 spacers that come with this. I guess it might fit 2 different vehicles. This one here was a little bit loose. This one's a little bit thicker. So I think the thicker one is going to be the one that fits snugly. Yeah. So between the thick one and the thin one, the thicker one is the one that you want to use on the 5th gen 4Runner. So now we'll just reverse the process and start putting the new Bilstein shock in. Once we sandwich our hardware all together and we tighten it up, it should look like that. So you see a Bilstein 5100 there, looks very nice. All tightened up on the bottom and tighten up on the top. And now we just got to repeat it on the other side. And just for reference, remember, we're not using the thin one, we're using the thicker one. And to see what the sandwiched hardware, sorry guys, one-handed. So to see what the sandwiched hardware looks like in order, yeah, washer, a specific one of the rubber grommets that has this shape on it, the thicker washer, then rubber, and then a regular washer, then the nut. And that is it. So now we'll repeat it on the next side. Alright guys, so we're all finished up. Shocks are all installed. Took it out for a test drive. Actually more of a difference than I expected, just for rear shocks. I knew the front ones would probably make a big difference on the vehicle, but no, it actually does make the rear of the vehicle seem a lot tighter. It seems like it did eliminate some of the body roll, so I'm actually very excited to hopefully in the very near future get a set of the OME front lift springs for the front and the front Bilstein 5100s, and get rid of the nosedive when braking, because that's definitely a pet peeve of mine on this vehicle, is that it does nosedive at the slightest brake input. So yeah, overall very happy. I'm gonna leave a link to the set of a link to the pair of shocks that I ordered on Amazon. I think they came just under 200 bucks, so not a bad upgrade. Probably 30 to 45 minutes worth of labor with basic hand tools, and don't even have to remove the rear tires. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Definitely an awesome and cheap upgrade, and it really does make a difference. Thank you guys, and stay tuned for the next video.